Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline and the BPTV studios here. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Nick Callis, Chip Hayner's away eating lobsters in Maine. So he'll be back next week. We're going to try to carry on without Chip, so we appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching us on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 in Bethel Park, and all the way from Nemacolin, Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between. Greater Pittsburgh area, I always share that with people. Said it again today, so thank you. Facebook likes 6930. So check it out. We're up a little bit, trying to get to 7K. So if you haven't liked us, I got a smartphone. I'm checking to see these likes. I don't see any more. Oh, second week in a row. Hope you're watching us on live stream right now. Thanks to Nick and Anthony. They're doing the 1s and 2s, the 3s and 4s.
Don't forget Dan. He helped us out too.
And hold it, Dan the man with the best afro in Bethel Park helped set us up.
How many it takes to change a light bulb?
Oh, this isn't changing a light bulb. This is running a live.
Let me share this with Smoking Jim.
Website. Yeah.
He took an editing class at PCTV.
Did you?
He doesn't know how to edit.
Oh no.
So it
I
takes.
passed.
He passed, but
Do you know D is passing too? Did you know that? Yeah, just making sure. All right, yeah, 60%.
he does understand. So we're live streaming.
Yeah.
Let me get a little. I got a new promo for Olive Oil's Pizzeria.
Yeah.
Look at this. 412-831-1900. They just they sponsor our show with a large XL pizza again. Wow. Delicious. Smoking Jim hasn't taken a bite yet. Wait till after he talks, he'll inhale that. And just a great steak hoagie with that. And delicious. Great Italian food, great salads, great soups, great desserts. Oh, it's all great. Just go there, Hillcrest Shopping Center. Check them out. Next up, we end each show with Stay Joey Strong. We'll see it. Look at that. He's pulling right in there. Let's see what we got. Close up coming. I guess that's the best we can do. Live TV. Yeah. Joey Favis Childhood Cancer Foundation. Joey, before DIPG. DIPG is the brain cancer that killed him. It's a death sentence for these young kids. They die within a year of being diagnosed. They started at Joey Favis Childhood Cancer Foundation. They're looking at having their 1 mile 5K walk, I think September 12th. And we've always filmed it, so Nick, get ready with your camera. That's usually a Saturday. And we usually film, it's a superheroes event, raises their biggest fundraiser of the year for them. And you'll like all the people there and all the people honoring poor Joey, who died when he was 9 years old. That's 7 years ago. So check that out, coming attractions. Next up, another 501c3. Bethel Park Historical Society Schoolhouse Arts and History Center, 2600 South Park Road. Can't miss it with the old red trolley right up there in the lot. It's a 1905 schoolhouse, been refurbished, all new windows, new roof, new cupola with the old Bethel Church High School bell. It's back up there, so it's all good and it works. And it's just a great place for activities, great military uniforms, great little library, all the Bethel Park High School yearbooks. Just check it out. And that's the Bethel Park Historical Society. Don't forget my favorite tea place, which is Reginald's Coffee. I got to stop back in there and get a great pot of Dragonwell loose leaf green tea. And they have Wi-Fi there too, so check them out. Next up, the Bethel Park Community Foundation has money for you. Yes, $100 to $5,000 for anything your community group needs to help better Bethel Park. We've given out $1 million in 25 years, give out $100,000 to $200,000 each year for local organizations and groups in Bethel Park, helping them to do great things. So check it out. Go to bpcf.org. Get your application. I'm a trustee on the board. We'll look at it, see what we can do. Next up, a nice lady, Kathleen Miller, will need a kidney. And her kidney function's about 17%, and it's going down slowly, so she will need a kidney. If you can donate a kidney and you're the perfect match, she'll get that kidney for her and live a long life. So check it out. And the website you go to is Living Donor, and it's livingdonorreg.upmc.com. And they'll tell you what you need to do, and you can get an application to apply for that. So check it out. Next up, Dave Cable likes to have a little fun at my expense. Look at my smiling face where Uncle Sam should be. I want you for BPTV. Volunteer today, 412-831-3304. Just check it out. Tell them Uncle Al sent you. And that's why Anthony's here. Dan's helped out. Nick made it up to big time. He's sitting next to Smoking Jim Frazier.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for some fireworks. But we'll handle that in a few minutes. Right now, I got another sponsor who sponsors What's on Your Mind? Skeet Service Station, 6103 Library Road, Finleyville, about 6 miles from the studio. They work on anything and everything that runs on gas. Skeet Service Station, owned by Skeets Lewandowski, and you can call them 724-348-4715. I've had work done there, and he's done a great job. Smoking Jim's had some inspections done there. He even gets to eat at a smorgasbord because he goes on Monday.
Yeah.
He likes those pig's feet. That's what he goes for. I pass on them, so it's not as healthy as my fish. So we'll pass on that. Check it out. These sponsors, What's on Your Mind? Smoking Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
Coming
you
at you.
got to see Levine. And my main man, the VIP of BPTV, Nick, he went into the inner city and got a brother haircut. It looked good, man. You got it faded just right, man. Where'd you go, Homewood or the Hill?
I went to Sports Clips in
Really?
Mount Lebanon. Yeah,
Why, they got black people cutting up there?
I think so, yes.
Why, did somebody black cut your hair?
See, I don't pay attention to race anymore. I
No,
don't
but
no,
to get
she
that
was
kind
white.
of cut, that's a brother cut.
She did well.
That's an
Nice
NBA.
lady.
That's an NBA cut. And I tell you what, Al Levine, the talking machine.
What?
Me and Nick went around. We went around, man. We looked. Do you know how hard it is to find packets of relish? And I forgot to bring it.
so-
Al Levine, it would go good
So-
with this steak hoagie. Do you know it's almost impossible to find relish
Do you still have some?
in package? Yeah.
He was asking me. He kept telling me to get him some relish out of his basket. Hey Nick, sneak me some of that. It's like
Man,
it
that's
was
like gold. That's like
shady.
Bitcoin. That's like Bitcoin.
You don't even know what Bitcoin is. My
But-
man, you don't even know what
But
Bitcoin
Al
is.
Levine, the talking machine, a little sad news. When I pulled up to BPTV, Al Levine, the talking machine,
Yeah.
this beautiful young lady was jogging, and she tripped and fell, blood gushing from her eye. And you know, I know a little doctoring, and there was actually rocks in her eyes, blood. So what I did was, being that I know a little bit, you know, some people call me Dr. J.
Who? Tell me one
When
person.
when
Tell me one person.
When there's blood like that, you don't want to give them a white tissue. I got out my car brown paper towels because a lot of people will panic when they see their own blood. So I gave that to her. And I mean, Al Levine, the talking machine, like I said, it looked like about at least 15 stitches to close that. I mean, the blood was just dripping into her eye.
Excuse me.
Rocks was in her
Where'd
eyes.
you get your doctorate degree where you could guess about that?
Well, Granny don't have it either. The Clampus, you know what I mean? But I cure a lot of people. Al Levine, the talking machine. Hey, 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 who's that one? Who's the white minister on TV that just tapped you on the head? You're cured.
I don't watch
Benny
that.
Hinn. Benny Hinn. I had a little Benny Hinn in me. But hey, L. Levine, the talking machine.
Yes.
Brother, I tell you what, I may need a loan. Man, the Pirates clipped me for $500 this week, and then I had so much money on a guarantee, L. Levine, the talking machine.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I had the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
You know, not only did I have them winning the NBA championship,
Right.
not only did I have money on them winning the series,
Yeah.
but I also had money on them winning Game 7.
Wow.
Who loses in overtime at home? L. Levine, the talking machine, I took a beating this week. Make me a promise, L. Levine, the talking machine, that you will not bet on the NBA. Man, L. Levine, the talking, I got bad luck betting on the NBA. Promise me right now, L. Levine, because when I see you at the casino, it looked like you could throw dice. So, L. Levine, I don't want you to catch the bug. Please promise me you will not bet on the NBA.
Smoking Jim, I'll just bet on.
Learn from my mistakes.
Hold on. I'll bet horses at the Meadows before I'll bet the NBA.
Have you ever thrown dice? I mean, even in a kid game, have you thrown dice?
I don't
you
remember.
Look like you're good
I don't
at
remember.
it. Look like Monopoly or something. Look like you.
I don't remember.
Because if you ever throw dice, because I can tell a dice thrower. Yeah, brother. I'm riding with you, and that's what's on my mind. Hey, keep that young lady in prayers. I stopped the guy, made him get out his car and wait with her because I was running late to get here. So I told him, I want you to stay right here with her.
Why would he listen to you?
Well, I didn't get in the middle of the street. I looked too much like a deer. But he slowed down enough. But that's on my mind.
Thank you, Smoking Jim.
Wow.
Wow. What's on your mind? That was a lot, buddy.
Wow.
What's on your mind, Nick, with that great fade?
I don't know anymore.
Sports clips.
After hearing him speak, sometimes I'm a little rattled. Now I can't stop thinking about relish.
Take a
Stupid relish.
Take a deep breath.
He and I are talking about you could buy bottles. You
know,
could
they
buy.
have-
they have them in stores.
Yes.
And he was just insistent on packets. That we were at this boat club eating.
Since when
eating
does
lunch.
he ever use relish?
That's my point too. But here's that shadiest exchange I've ever had was over packets of relish from a basket at a restaurant.
Let me explain him drinking the Talking Machine Big Mouth Burger. It had everything on it. He scraped it off and just ate the burger. It had bacon, avocado, marinara sauce,
What?
pepper jack cheese. Guess what? He scrapes everything off the burger. So whatever you were doing was foolish to help him.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but to sports. We'll get back to sports. So,
Thank you.
yeah. I'm tired of this story about sticky substances in baseballs
It's
and
not
players
gonna end.
complaining. It's not going to end because it's new and everybody hates it because it seems that a lot of pitchers were using foreign substances to enhance spin rate of baseball. And they tested Jacob deGrom first. You know, he's having a great season, record-setting season. He's on pace to do that as well. And they checked him first.
His ERA is .051.
Yeah, it's astronomically low. So
And yeah, to give up .51 is
right,
ridiculous.
it's something that doesn't happen in baseball very often. But like, are we just testing the best pitchers first? Like, does it matter if a pitcher is using sticky substances and then that isn't good?
Well, during the steroid era, they forgot to test anybody.
Well, that's pretty true.
So now they're at the extreme.
Yeah,
That's what happens in life.
I know, but like, it's such a huge story, and the players are all complaining about it. I'm just like, well, I mean, it's been in the rules. Now it's just being more heavily enforced. So like, why do pitchers get to go out there and be like, oh, I'm upset? Well, they do because they're pitchers and they're public figures. But I don't agree with it. I'm just like, hey, just relax, just be quiet. If the sticky stuff helped you, good for you. But you got to play by the rules now. So it's time to just like relax. It shouldn't have been used in the first place. And as I mentioned before, every player touches the ball. That's why you can't have a foreign substance on it because both teams use the ball and everybody on the field touches
Yeah, but
the
how
ball.
do you
So
change 140 years of history?
it's difficult, but it's always been in the rules. That's always been in the rules. Now it's just
Let
more
me
heavily
explain
enforced.
something again. They've been doing this for over 140 years.
Putting stuff on the ball. I'm just saying that it's been in the rules that
We
long.
had Gaylord Perry in the 70s, went over 300 games. That was a known spitballer.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. That's nasty.
Guess what that is? Putting stuff on the ball.
Yeah.
We haven't.
Well, spitballs were illegal till the 20s. I was surprised it lasted that long.
I'm talking 70s and 80s.
Right. Well, yeah, they're still throwing it.
How long did that last when they were outlawed?
So, do you think that they should be allowed to use sticky substances?
Since we're on this subject,
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt your thing,
No,
but you
no.
bring up some good points. Here's the problem I have. There's unwritten rules in baseball, football, and all these other things that they follow, and people get upset.
Yeah.
When you have rules that they don't follow for 100+ years, that's ingrained in the game.
Yeah,
I don't say it's right.
It's kind of like not swinging 3-0 in a lopsided game. It's just been there, right? Even though we just blindly follow it because baseball.
Well, that's why I wanted to make that point to you so you can understand that.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at. Plus, if you're baseball management and you were thinking of doing this, why wouldn't you do it before the season started so the cheaters could get all their cheating lined up and do what they've done for 140 years? Why would you do it when the season started and then you start picking on the top pitchers and making people that are lay people assuming that they're all guilty?
You know, I hadn't considered that, so that's a good point. I mean, yeah.
I look at it a little different. You know, I got answers for every question.
No, that's true. See, and this is proper discourse here. Good point brought up, and accepting the point. No, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. If I were pitching a certain way in a game, and then a rule made me change it, I would want to be able to practice a little bit more. So
Well,
that makes sense.
I'll make it even more specific. If you have a certain grip on the ball because it's sticky, now you got to apply that strong grip with another angle without anything on it. Your fingers might be on top or the side or below, wherever you're throwing the ball. That's the mechanics. I pitched, you pitched. You understand. Smoking Jim will teach them after the show, but that's just Smoking Jim.
Well, again, they're testing the best pitchers first because that just makes sense, but we're not worried about the pitchers who are pitching worse. And I guess I kind of understand the gripe of Major League Baseball players, but I still just hate when athletes complain because, you know, they're getting paid millions of dollars anyway, and they got guaranteed money, especially in baseball, to perform. So just figure it out.
Nick, I'll add this to you because you're sitting next to Smoking Jim.
Yeah.
His philosophy for 10 years on our show has been, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I rest my case,
That
Nick.
banner.
When's our anniversary?
October
what?
11th, 2011.
I was 12. How about that?
Really?
Well,
Are you
I'm
serious?
22 now, yeah, so there
Wow.
you go.
ask him to do math because he went to Gateway.
How old are you? We haven't established that yet.
Great point.
And that's what's on my mind.
I got some deer water. This deer water is good.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, here.
What's on your
Tony-
mind, Al?
Yeah, here's what's on my mind. Tony, this is live streaming, so Tony from Chick-fil-A says, interesting fact for Smoking Jim. In Africa, there was an old arena that hosted a Muhammad Ali and George Foreman boxing match.
Zaire.
See, he knew it right away, Tony. Zaire.
The ring was built on top of a prison. And the prime minister, before the fight, 2 weeks before the fight, murdered, machine gunned 100 prisoners, and said if anybody gets out of line during this fight, you'll join them. Yeah.
There you go with some extra fiction and fact
Some scary
from
facts.
Smoking Jim's Almanac.
You'll never hear
That's
that
dark.
anywhere.
No,
from here, yeah.
no.
I know that.
Never from other than your mouth.
Yeah, you got to be able to read the drums, man. You got to be able to
Read the drums?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank-
You got to listen to the drums, man.
Oh, that I'm supposed
That's
to
a
do what's on
language.
my mind. That was what Anthony had there. What's on my mind is why are Steeler fans talking about Steelers in June?
Because it's football season.
July?
All year round.
No, it isn't. You're too young for that. I can't believe you had some of that not too smart dust that Smoking Jim's inhaling. It makes you sort of dumb, but I understand. Isn't mini camp? This is like OTAs. camp starts in July, like the third week of July, that's when you talk football in Pittsburgh. Now, because the Pirates, pardon me, suck, being 20 games under 500, people start talking Steelers almost all year. They're worried about what Big Ben's doing, what Najee's doing. I'm worried, do they have an offensive line? And if TJ Watt goes down, we're done for the season on defense. We have no backups.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk Steelers, but I keep hearing it on all this talk radio I can't mention, but it's just nonsense to hear it so soon. I'd rather wait till July and then talk about something intelligent, who practiced, who didn't, who's hurt, and how's Big Ben look out there.
Point.
Oh, but Pittsburgh fans.
Well, I'm just saying it's a little bit early. I mean, we're still in June. Wait till July at least. But, hey, that's what's on my mind. We all put our opinions out there. Thanks for watching us on the live stream. We appreciate it. We're honored to be able to do it 2 weeks in a row. They figured out how to do it, so we're enjoying it. We'll be back with some fiction and fact from Smokin' Jim's Almanac.
Steelers show blitz. He throws the pass up. It's going to be picked up. James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline. 25-30.
Hi, Bethel Park. Uncle Al speaking. I'm asking you to come help us behind the scenes at BP TV. We're looking for some proud Bethel Park residents to help us make the shows that you want to watch. For more information, contact Station Director Dave Cable, and we will see you behind the cameras at BP TV.
Hello, Bethel Park Gamers. This is Anthony Feltry from Bethel Park Gaming. I'd like to say thank you all for watching Bethel Park Gaming the series. I appreciate all again for watching it on BPTV's Comcast 7 and Verizon 32. And I do appreciate it for watching it on Bethel Park Gaming's YouTube page along with Bethel Park Gaming's Facebook page. Now I'm pretty sure you're seeing a lot of my contestants to be part of Bethel Park Gaming. For instance, Ethan, Sylvester,
That completely slipped my mind.
Colin,
Jizz, we want some pancakes. Looks like a costume party. I'll be back.
I'll be back with
And he
some
actually
more
makes the noises too.
and Nick.
Oh, you got yeah! You got Yes! Yes!
I appreciate them for joining me for Bethel Park Gaming, but now you can actually join me right here in the BPTV studios by contacting me and selecting your favorite games that you want to play together. So I appreciate all you for watching Bethel Park Gaming, and make sure you keep gaming, Bethel Park.
Steelers show blitz. He throws the pass up. It's going to be picked up. James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline. 25-30.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine, my main man, the VIP of BP TV, the fastest rising star in the city of Pittsburgh, and the Rookie of the Year, my main man, Nick, in the house. And we couldn't do it without the man. Never here out of place, on the ones and twos, the gaming king of the southwestern Pennsylvania, my man Anthony. And I hate to blow my own horn.
Go ahead.
Do you though?
Hey, I don't know in Maine which Ritter, Chip or the Lobsters. But I miss old Chip.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, being in that sun is good for his knee. And that's sand. That's good for your knees.
How do you know that?
On bone. I'm Dr. J. How you gonna question the doctor?
we got a doctorate or a PhD or
Well, you don't need a PhD. They didn't have PhDs 2,000 years ago.
they didn't have,
They didn't have doctors either.
yeah, they had religion back then. So there you,
Hey, the doctors nowadays don't remember back when we were young, doctors visit your home.
When was that?
Remember the doctors
No, when
visit
was
your
that?
home?
When
Didn't
was
they?
that?
Did you ever have it when you was young? Doctors came to your home.
I mean, that still
remember.
happens.
I was
They
too.
make home visits. now?
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
too young.
I mean, pre-COVID, yes, but like obviously during the pandemic, probably not a good idea.
Well,
but like,
we had
that's still a thing.
When I grew up, when I was a kid, we had a black doctor, Dr. Green. And on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he was a doctor. On Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, he worked at the post office. So we had to catch him if you got sick. But anyhow, that's how we had. But he used to make home, he'd come by your house and say, take 2 aspirins and call me in the morning, you know.
And then he was working at the post office.
Yeah, he give you your mail for the next day. We get our mail a day early. Thanks, Dr. Green, if you're still living. But hey,
Smoking Jim, let me explain something. The mail comes out each day, so you couldn't get it a day early.
It has to be somewhere the night before.
No.
Yeah.
Did he ever mail medicine?
Huh?
Did he ever mail medicine?
No.
none of that.
He used to.
All right, just
Yeah,
wondering.
he used to sign things away.
He just gave it to you.
Yeah, just cough here. Yeah, we'll sign you up. But but anyhow, El Levine, the talking machine. I hate to blow my own horn.
You just said
Do
that.
you though?
And I'm doing this in the sake of Nick. But in 2018,
That's 3 years ago.
they had
Gateway.
these 2 undefeated fighters getting ready to fight by the name of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And boxing was down then in the heavyweight division. And that was really the only money fight. And I predicted and I bet that, and I didn't put enough on it, El Levine, the talking machine.
Hey, Smoking Jim, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
you told us this last week.
No, this was something different.
Because usually you're on the ball.
Yeah, but this is something.
Okay,
I'm
go
leading
ahead.
to something different. But I bet that it would be a draw,
Yeah.
and they fought to a draw. Who does that? So the
You do.
The next time they fought, I bet that Tyson Fury, who never knocks anybody out, would knock out Deontay Wilder, and he did. He beat the heck out of him.
You did tell the story.
Yeah, but this is something different here.
So far, we haven't heard
This is
it.
something different here, El Levine. And this fight's coming up, so you may hear it again next week. El Levine, the talking machine. I want to make money again on these fights. I made so much money on Tyson Fury.
How much?
El Levine, the talking machine. I was predicting that my early prediction was Tyson Fury would win again. But in the press conference, and I know he took his shirt off, El Levine, the talking machine, and he looked bad. So, and Wilder looked serious. So I got to do a little bit more studying. You know what I mean? El Levine, the talking machine. I got to call up my black janitors. Hey, Wilder is at Invisible Training Camp. You can't, it's all private. So I know a couple janitors. And they get all the information. El Levine, the talking machine. I got to get the information. Is he in shape or not? But he looked real serious. So I have my official prediction in a couple of weeks. The fight is July 24th.
Oh, you got it.
So I'll have the official prediction, El Levine, so everybody can make some money on the fight. And
Even
that's
me?
what's on my mind, yeah.
Yay!
If you would have came with me with the Pirates, you'd be making money until this week.
What about the week before when you lost money?
No, I won $1,500. Pirates lost like 8 in a row.
10.
Did they? Wow.
I got a quick story to share.
Go ahead.
My buddy had his boss. He bet that the Pirates wouldn't be on like a certain winning streak, like they would have a certain amount of games that they lose.
Yeah.
Or they would never be above 500 in the season.
Get it
Okay.
right.
That's what he bet.
Get it right.
And they won the first game of the season.
Wow.
Tough on him.
Yeah, he got
First
thrown
game.
out for the year.
Well,
About betting.
now
Don't bet.
Now they're 20 games under. If you don't bet, don't start. If you do bet against Smoking Jim. And I won't lend you any money.
I'm good for it.
Forget about it. That's it for Smoking Jim. Let's go to Nick.
Very important positions with Nick Callis. So
You
here's
got it.
my stance today. I'm revisiting ESPN because I'm upset.
Okay.
I hate ESPN. Terrible people. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure the people are fine, but the brand is not great anymore. I got a notification last week during the Bucks and Nets game that was talking about how, of all the important sports news you can get out there, the news I got was James Harden got upset with how Giannis Antetokounmpo, how do you pronounce his last name?
Go ahead. Greek freak.
Greek freak. Okay, how the Greek freak had taken his free throw. And I'm like, of all the things that I could possibly know right now, ESPN felt the need to create some drama in the midst of a basketball game. I hate that about sports. It's a lot about drama now, and I'm tired of that. I don't need to get a buzz on my phone while I'm trying to get Snapchats from people or other communication apps trying to talk to people, and I sit there and I take time out of my day to look at my notifications, and somebody's telling me that they're worried about how one player's taking free throws. Okay, that's just news we don't need. ESPN's kind of got a thing now where it's trying to brand. They can't be the number one news source anymore for sports because people have phones now. You don't sit down to watch ESPN anymore for breaking news. You sit down to watch opinions. Difference between ESPN and this show is that we give mostly facts among the panel.
No,
we
some
give
of us.
opinions. We have good conversations.
No, we all give opinions and some facts.
Right. But we're a Pittsburgh-based sports show, and we talk about our opinions based on Pittsburgh sports or other sports, big sports stories. But their opinions constantly, they're different variations of shows giving opinions, and then when they go to their app, they're like, let's just promote some drama with a guy taking a free throw. I'm tired of that stuff. I want to watch sports just to enjoy the sports. If I'm watching the game and I see the drama, I'm like, ooh, there's the drama, but I also want to, keep things in perspective. They're playing a basketball game. But when you get that notification not watching, you're like, do I really want to read a story like that? Or do I really want to watch this video where they're just having Harden and the Greek Freak are having their own little discrepancy? No, that's not what sports is about. Sports is about the nature of competition and watching two teams try to be better than the other.
Forget the drama.
Forget the drama. I just can't. I have a pet peeve on the fact that they focused on that one moment, and it's just something that's not necessary. And I think that it's hurting sports because you're adding more of that dramatic effect in, and you want people to watch because there's controversy. Well, the controversy should be in the nature of the sport. The controversy is that there are two teams on a court, or any sport. This applies to any sport. Two teams on a playing field. One of them's got to win.
Well,
that's the controversy.
Here's the controversy. They're both trying to win.
Right. But the drama shouldn't be, oh, yeah, we watched James Harden get upset at a free throw. It's just so silly. I'm just tired of news like that, and I don't want to watch a video or I don't want to take time out of my day to read an article that talks about these two guys that had drama on the court. Maybe if they get into a fist fight, that's interesting, but it wasn't even that. I looked at it and I'm like, this didn't need to be a thing. This didn't need to be in my mainstream.
When did you ever watch basketball?
The first time I watched basketball, admittedly, was the 2016 championship. Why? What do you mean?
That's 5 years ago.
Yeah, I understand that there's a lot of drama in sports, Smoking Jim, and I understand that it happens in basketball frequently.
You're reaching.
But I don't want a national sports coverage team sending me a notification that talks about one guy having a brief controversy about how another guy took a free throw. It's just not necessary.
How come there's a guy that plays for the Milwaukee Bucks that's darker than 12 midnights, and they call him the Greek Freak? That's against my African heritage, man. I find that offensive, don't you?
Did you know I'm Greek as well?
Why are they called? He ain't Greek.
We have several variations
He was
of skin
born in
from
Greece.
Huh?
Greece.
He was born in Greece.
Is that the reason they call him the Greek Freak?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you not know that? I'm Greek and I don't know how to pronounce his last name very well. So, Antetokounmpo.
They could have called him the Black
Antetokounmpo.
Panther or something.
But he's not black.
He's
Greek.
Black.
Do you understand how Greek Freak works? Greek Freak, it rhymes. Black Panther wouldn't make very much sense for that man.
There was a movie about the Black Panther.
And Greek?
It was just like Franco's Italian army till Franco started running out of bounds, then he became black.
Oh my God!
They gave him back. Hey, can I say one thing, Elvie, to talk about? She takes 30 seconds. Takes 30 seconds. It ain't funny.
Okay.
Because I'm pushing for an Italian president. We never had an Italian president,
Who's your candidate?
And But there's a lot.
Did you actually
Lot
know
of-
we've never had a president that isn't American because you can't be the president of the United States without being a U.S. citizen. So keep that in mind too.
But
He doesn't even understand what you're
but El Levine, the talking machine. I just found out
Okay.
that there was more Italian Americans. You know, I fight for my Italians.
Yeah.
There was more Italian Americans that fought in World War II than any other ethnic group. They deserve to be president. Somebody deserve. I hope in my lifetime we see an Italian president. I think they deserve it.
For the non-political people, we're not talking politics. Smoking Jim somehow went off on a tangent again because he was for Polish people 2 months ago. Now all of a sudden he's got Italian. So we're going to go to the next part. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate your opinion. Where Smoking Jim got it, that's a disclaimer. These are his own opinions. He doesn't even know where he got them because he has no candidate.
You got him from the book.
No, what book?
Fiction and Fact.
No,
Almanac.
that isn't a book. It's a mindset. I didn't explain that to you. Yeah, you're thinking.
Oh, I thought there was a book.
No, there was. All right, we're going to leave that part. We'll go to me next. There we go. On location. Nothing happening right now. We're looking at a couple boxing events coming up in the next month or so. We may have some more boxing for our new boxing aficionado. Look that up, Smoking Jim. Nick Callis, the Greek freak in boxing. So we're looking at that. We're looking for potential shows. I've had some people ask, you know, they want to know when we're going to do our next show on location. I go, if you find a place, let me know. So there's a few people asking around. So we'll see what happens with on location there. And I wanted to mention previously, I did my first special Bethel Park Championship show on an earlier at 5 o'clock. The Bethel Park champion softball girls and the Bethel Park champion baseball guys were on my show. Look for that up in a couple days, but I did it at 5 o'clock with both teams, and it was just an honor to honor our Bethel Park children here, doing great things in the community. And yes, they did win, Smoking Jim, just so you know. So we'll be back with some Bucko talk.
And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Rachel Harris has it.
Bethel Park Inline Hockey. It's fast, it's fun, and we want you to play. Inline hockey is just like ice hockey, but no ice, and significantly less expensive and far less of a time commitment. Way less travel than ice hockey, too. The sport is played on a specialized rink at the Bridgeville Rollerplex, RMU Island Sports Complex, Harmerville's Alpha Arena, Hot Shots Indoor Sports Arena, and the Murraysville Sports Zone. Our teams play in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Roller Hockey League, or the PIRHL. Each year, teams from elementary, middle, and high school play a 16-game schedule, plus playoffs, from October through March. Practice one evening a week and games on Saturdays or Sundays. The sport is recognized by the Bethel Park School District, which means student athletes can earn a letter once they reach high school. We play rivals such as Upper St. Clair, Peters Township, Canon-Mac, Pine Richland, North Hills, and so many more. This is no pickup game. You'll need regulation pads, hockey skates, helmets, and the coolest Hawks uniforms around. 2 refs at every game officiate 3 15-minute periods with a running clock. No icing, no offsides, no checking. But this sport will rock you. Registration is coming up, so check out our website at www.bpinlinehockey.com and sign up soon. Let's play!
And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Rachel Harris has it.
Pirate talk. I'm not really watching the Pirates because I've been so disappointed. They're like 20 games under 500. I have a couple things. I put vote for Adam Frazier.
Yes.
Vote for him for the All-Star ballot.
He can hit a baseball.
That's about all I can say is vote for Adam Frazier, because the rest, Chip can come in and discuss it more on why I should be more enthused with the Buccos. But as a lifelong Pirate fan, I have no enthusiasm for them at this time. It's very sad days for me.
I can find some.
Go ahead.
We might be able to get excited about trading for the future. Get excited about the future, folks. The unknown. I mean, I'm just saying. Now, in recent history, they've done poorly with trades. I still don't know who we got for Corey Dickerson, and I looked it up. Still can't find it. So
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. Do we just get money? And where did that money go? Into Bob Nutting's pockets? Who knows? I'm not making any
Who owns the team?
accusations at Bob Nutting.
That's who gets all the money.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, too. I heard an investment group. I was watching Channel 4 News last night, and I saw that somebody wanted to get an investment group together to buy the Pirates, which I was like, that's
Well, Nick,
That's interesting.
to interrupt you, like I told you earlier, when somebody has money, they're a billionaire, or somebody has financing that they can say they're going to do it, then somebody's legit. If somebody doesn't, they don't have the money.
Yeah.
So they're not legit in my book.
Sure.
That's my point to all
But
of this. So when a news station looking for something sensational, because they know most people except for Smoking Jim is against Bob Nutting, he gets free tickets from him, which we don't know why.
You are a fan of Bob Nutting? You like him as the Pirates owner?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because he makes you money from betting?
Yes,
Oh, that's
you
why.
got it.
Okay, well, that's the catch.
No, he gave him free tickets the last couple years. 1,000 tickets, 1,200 tickets.
I remember. Oh, so that was, he gave them to you. And what'd you do with them?
Passed them out to white folks.
Oh, interesting.
And ask him how many games he went to out of 1,200.
Oh, no.
I usually...
Please.
What's the answer?
Please.
When I was going to throw the first pitch out, I was going to
No,
go, but it rained out.
Oh, that's not the answer. How many games you go
rained
to?
out. I made it to the gate.
Come on, man. That would be a dream for me.
I'd rather give the tickets
Oh,
away
my
than to
goodness.
go.
Nick,
That's terrible.
I keep telling you.
I'm so upset now. What?
He's a fair weather baseball fan. He only found baseball 10 years ago, October 11th, 2011, when we started Pittsburgh Sports
And I
Line.
played all them years.
Right.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know his coaches or catcher.
Just like
I
your,
don't know any of my teachers either. Does that mean I didn't graduate?
Yes.
just like the Fiction and Fact Almanac, your baseball records do not exist.
Football coaches.
Oh, you missed that one. Do you
got
hear what I
it.
said?
Oh, no, I missed
Just like the Fiction and Fact Almanac, your baseball records do not exist.
I got it. I wanted to see his
There it is.
Nick, I was waiting for his
Yes,
reaction.
so was I. Yes.
That's why I gave you no comment.
Yeah.
All of
but,
it's true. Hey, can I tell Nick one story that he ain't going to believe? It'll take 30 seconds.
Okay.
Since
You got 45.
it's
I'm
a
watching the
championship.
clock.
I go up to Shippensburg, right?
Okay.
And the year before, the 100-meter dash champ in the WPIL opted not to go. He played AAU basketball. So he opted not to go to win the state championship. So his senior year, he's breaking the record at every stadium, breaking records at every stadium. Well, back then, if you false start one time, you're out. So in the WPIL championship, he false started. So he got kicked out. He never really ran a 200 before, but to go to states, he gets in a 200. So he goes up to states. His relay team makes it. He's so fast that he pretty much carried his relay team. Well, Harrisburg had the fastest relay team in the nation, and they won. And the dude from Harrisburg also won the 100-yard dash because he couldn't compete in it, 100-meter dash. So he was telling all the newspapers and everything he is faster than this guy, right?
You did a minute so far.
Okay, Here's the last thing. So he goes into 200, never ran a good 200 in his life because he didn't run it. You know, he hated to run a 200. This guy's name is Dwight Collins. He takes off. He's about, you know how they stagger start?
Yes.
By the time they hit the first curve, he made up the stagger. It's like he shot out of a cannon. He turns to the guy like this and says, beep, beep. Takes off. We're standing up in the crowd. He takes off 20 meters before the finish line. He turns around and points to the dude. Don't you ever tell nobody you can outrun me. He breaks the tape. Back then they had a tape that you broke. He broke the tape, state record time. And he ran backwards the last 20 meters. I know you ain't gonna believe it, but it's a true.
It's actually less believable for me to think of a guy going beep beep,
Beep, beep.
like a car
Where's
horn.
the video?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Roadrunner. He was emulating the Roadrunner. Beep,
Yeah.
beep.
Dwight
Beep,
Collins,
beep,
he could have went
beep,
to the
beep.
Olympics. He had that kind
Get
of
out the
speed.
way. Back to the Pirates.
How'd we get
See,
distracted?
don't nobody believe these true stories, and they're true.
No, I was just entertained by it. I don't know if I believe it or not, because I mean,
And
it's
to all of you, 30 seconds. 30 seconds is over 2 minutes.
yeah. So you just gotta keep that equate. Keep that
Over 2 minutes.
Keep that formula in your back pocket.
That was wonderful. Where are we at with Bucko talk?
We were talking about Bob Nutting selling the team or not, which he's not. That's not confirmed. But no, I was
Why
just
would
thinking.
he?
Yeah, no, and here's why. You talk about how profitable the Pirates are. I mean, I know they were threatening to move a few years ago, but at the same time, you've got a historic team with a legacy of tradition, and you can't. I understand why Bob Nutting doesn't want to sell it, because he could put together a good team every 10 years, and with the way that if he puts together a good team every 10 years, keeps fans interested, then he cuts players' salaries and rakes in revenue, he's making 10 to 20 million a year.
My Guinness Book of World Record with the Pirates is 20-something
It was
years.
only 20 years.
20,
It was 20.
It was 20 years,
losing season.
but understand this too. The Pirates were actually profitable in that
Oh,
20-year
yeah.
span
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And I'll tell you why. You're a team. You're not a recognized team if you're in the middle. You're either really good or you're really bad. You make headlines being really good or really bad. So think about how many fans wanted to go to Pirate games in 2011 when Clint Hurdle got hired in 2012, when the Pirates were about 20 games over 500 at the All-Star break and in first place. And then in 2013 when they finally broke the streak. That's profitable. You want to be at the ballpark. You want to say that you went to a game during the season. You went to playoffs when the Pirates had a chance to be good and break that streak. Does that make sense?
He doesn't care.
No, you don't care. But that's how money works. People want to be
Here's
interested
how
in
the
the
money
team.
works even better. With the TV contracts, he makes at least $20 million to $40 million per year.
AT&T Sportsnet is
that's what
is
what
trying to
helps
grow.
Nutting and his profit.
But see,
Thank
all
you,
of these
because
factors.
in the 60s, and Al Levine, the talking machine, can tell you, when he was a Green Bay Packer fan, nobody went to the Steeler games. They were bad. So they didn't have the TV contracts to save them like they do in these
Not
teams now.
necessarily. The Steelers did an active rebuild, and Chuck Noll was a great coach.
Yeah, they almost lost their franchise in the 60s. They were so nobody went to the game. You had to make money by the gate.
For 40 years, they had losing years
They
because
never
Art
had a winning
Rooney
season.
was hiring his friends who were drunks, and we had tough teams, but not winning teams.
Yeah, I heard those stories.
Daniel Rooney came in and changed the
But
whole.
they turned it around. That's all. That's all that
40
matters.
years
That's
in the
fine.
wilderness.
But right now, Bob Nutting has a way to make money with the
Yeah,
Pirates.
I
Do you
agree.
understand
Without
that?
I
winning.
do agree that.
No, without
I do
winning,
agree that.
he doesn't. Have
Even
to
he doesn't have to win. He can slash prices of players. He technically does not have to spend the revenue sharing money that he gets
I
in.
just don't agree with yours. You either good, you can make money being good, or you can make you can have a fan base being real bad. No, I don't.
And you make headlines. How many headlines did the Pirates make being the worst team, having the longest
That's a good point.
streak of losing records?
That's a good point.
Smoking Jim became a fan. He thought he could bet against them.
Yeah.
Right?
Then they cost
You
him
became
money.
That's a
you
good
became
point.
a
That's a good
Pirate fan
point.
during the streak. Do you
That's a good
understand?
point.
People talk about that stuff.
Good point.
If when the Pirates went 81 and 81 in 2018, did anybody really care? No, they traded for Chris Archer. That's exciting, but they still didn't make playoffs. Who cares about the Pirates? They finished third.
Who's that white pitcher I used to love that they traded for?
I mean, there were a lot.
AJ
Burnett.
Oh, I love that guy, man. Pie in your face. Yeah, he just kept the locker room loose. He was like Fury.
Sure, but they're not making moves like that anymore. The Pirates got him for
They
a
don't
steal
need
in
to.
2012.
Yeah.
The Yankees paid half his salary.
Oh yeah, that
AJ
too.
Burnett.
Well, that's true. But
That makes a difference.
Well,
Yeah,
they can
those
get
are good
guys like, who's the guy said he's operating the shutdown? Remember the brother that quit and still got Derek Bell? Remember? He went on his
Oh,
boat
he
and still
retired.
Got paid. He said Operation
Well,
Shutdown.
they hired has-been players, gave them millions of dollars. They were at the end of their careers.
Derek,
Pitchers and
I liked him. Or no, was it
No,
Derek
you didn't
Bell?
like Derek Bell. Yeah, you didn't like that.
No,
there was
what?
a lot of Bells.
Who,
but not
2011,
Derek.
first Derek Lee is who I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Okay.
you like Derek
My
Lee.
bad.
Yeah, I liked
he was
him
he was
too.
a nice guy. He retired with the
Yeah, I
Pirates.
like
or something.
Derek Lee too.
Okay, But
He was done though when he got here. Derek Lee.
Yeah, but it was still cool to like, hey, a big name. Look at that. He was better than Lyle Overbay. I'll tell you that.
I like Pedro. That was my guy.
Well, he was good until people figured
he
out
had
how
to
to pitch
throw the
to
ball.
him. Yeah, that too. Yeah,
When he couldn't throw a ball from first base to anywhere.
Who's the guy that's drunk driving all over the world? Who's that? Is he back in the baseball?
I don't know. I missed those details.
Yeah, I don't.
That negativity, I'm not drawn.
I was just
I'm not drawn to
No, I'm just
negativity
wondering.
like Smoking Jim's drawn to the negativity.
Yeah.
If you tell him the Steelers suck, they can't win, they got the worst coach, he's like, yeah, you're right. You tell him about the Pirates, yeah, you're right, I bet on them.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please let me know. You know more about black people than anybody I know, and you got a black haircut. Why didn't nobody tell me that First of all, I don't know what Juneteenth is. Since when is it a holiday? The banks was closed. I go to the bank to cash in some of my ones. You know, I like to carry my ones. And it was closed. Did you know that Juneteenth is a holiday?
Yeah, I learned about 10 years ago. I never heard of it, and I'm a history guy.
But they never closed the banks for it. It's a national holiday now.
Again, this
That's
disclaimer.
recent. That is recent.
Here's a disclaimer for Smoking Jim. Black History comes out every
When
February.
is Juneteenth?
Hence, Smoking Jim Frazier and
Ooh,
Black
can I explain
History.
it? Smoking Jim, I cannot wait to tell you this.
What is it? Is this a fact?
This is a fact. On June 19th, in 1865, or was it 1865?
Yeah.
After the
Emancipation.
Texas, the state of Texas was forced to emancipate, to let go and free all of its slaves, and Texas
Your
was
people, all your people.
Texas was the last state in the union to free its slaves, which means that every African American person living in the United States was gained freedom after Texas let go of all of its slaves.
Really?
So the community likes to celebrate that, and I honestly didn't know about it until recently either.
Well,
but it should be celebrated, shouldn't it?
It just sounds like
Yeah,
it.
sounds great.
If what you're saying is true.
Yeah,
Right?
but they killed a lot of black people then.
Texas did.
There was riots on that day too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't know that.
Well,
I mean, the history of the
we digress a little.
Yeah.
Smoking Jim's Black History February. I'm Black History every month.
yeah.
So thank you for that. We'll get back to some sports. Any other sports? What happened to Fleury there? He got benched after he lost the game, and he lost it doing something dumb.
What did he do? I didn't hear about it.
He went around the net, tried to get the puck and pass it right out front, and the guy scored with no goalie in there because he was on the side of the net. So the coach benched him because he gave the win away. Then the other guy came in and won, so now they're saying Fleury will be back in again. He just needed a rest after that mistake.
Goalie stuff, though. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I played floor hockey once upon a time.
No.
Was that is that without skates?
Right. You play on a gym floor with a ball instead of ice with a puck. Never heard of it? At the Boys and Girls Club in Carnegie.
You white guys just make up your own games.
Hey,
you didn't play the game.
Have you
right
heard of
or
floor
play
hockey?
it at all.
I played it in driveways in my friends' yards with an orange ball.
You never played hockey on the streets?
We had hockey sticks.
No,
Bro, we
I've
used to
never
build
played no hockey.
nets with PVC pipes. It was great.
Right.
I used to love playing hockey, but I was a goalie when I played floor hockey, and that's how I gained my roots to eventually grow into a catcher in baseball.
Roots?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how you plant a seed and then roots grow, and then you get like a tree or tomatoes,
Where you talking about Juneteenth?
It's an
now you talking
analogy.
about roots?
There, well,
Am I making sense?
You're making sense, but here's where he goes because he's not really racist.
He's not really, right?
But he leans towards it because Roots, he's talking about the iconic movie Roots. That's what he's going. So Google
It was an
that on your phone.
analogy. When a plant grows, roots form, then a
No,
tree.
no, he's talking about the novel. And the
I
movie
realized
Roots.
that. I didn't realize that at first, but I guess
Let me
I do
explain
know.
it again. He's uncontrollably
Oh
laughing.
my god!
Because that's where he's at. All right, what other sports are on your mind, guys? Anything? What about the NBA? Smoking Jim.
Well,
What are you
I'm out
losing
of
there?
it.
You lost the
I'm out.
Nets.
I had so much riding. The Nets was a no-brainer.
You had $100?
I had so much riding.
I actually had the
I
Nets
had so
winning
much.
too. I think I undercut the Bucks though because the Greek freak Giannis is really good, and I mean he
was
can be a.
MVP the last 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. He can be a force certainly is the most
He
valuable
just
player.
had
He
a
can
bad streak during these playoffs.
yeah, but now he's like,
He
I mean,
came back.
he's helping carry
'Cause
the
he's not
Bucks.
shooting the threes. What he did is he started shooting the threes, missing foul shots. So he went in and played the inside
He's a
game where
beast.
he's a beast.
He's a beast on the
So if you
inside.
play what you're supposed to play,
Yeah.
you'll do well.
I agree. And Atlanta came out of nowhere doing good. Yeah, the Hawks. I think they're still in it.
The Suns.
Atlanta,
The Suns are winning games.
Atlanta Hawks.
Did the
He's
Hawks
talking
beat the?
Phoenix Suns.
Oh, is that who they're playing?
No, I'm just saying that the Suns were surprising too. The Suns knocked off
Well,
the Lakers
Suns
in the
was
first
good.
round.
The Suns was good all year.
I know, but I didn't think they were going to beat the Lakers.
Why not? Lakers
What do you mean? Why not? They have LeBron.
LeBron.
I mean, Anthony Davis. Yeah, I mean, LeBron got hurt.
LeBron
Davis has been
loses-
struggling with injury.
LeBron loses more championships than he wins. Yeah, he's used to it.
I mean,
He's
he still
from
won.
Akron.
He still won 4 times.
Again,
so, I mean, he's
from
still.
Akron.
I go
He was-
back
do you
to
understand?
negativity.
There was once. Hey,
Built a school and
hey,
he don't believe in
listen
schools.
here.
Come
There was
on,
once
hypocrite.
upon a time where I claimed successfully that LeBron James was the best basketball team in the NBA because he was. He carried the Cavaliers to a few championships.
And then he bought his way to the other ones when he started getting older. Miami Heat, he bought his way in there, and then the Dream
I'm sorry.
Team,
I'm sorry.
and
He
then
bought
the
his way, so he paid the teams to play for
No,
them.
he went.
Oh no.
He
so you
went with
mean
already championship teams, man.
so he didn't buy. He
the
got
same thing.
he got bought.
Yeah.
There's a
same
difference.
thing.
No, it's not the same
If,
thing.
if he was great,
It's
Mario Lemieux is great. He stayed in Pittsburgh his whole career. LeBron's not great because he got out of Cleveland. He never would have won a championship if he stayed in Cleveland. Cleveland only won because when he left, they drafted Kyrie Irving with the first pick overall because they were so bad the next year. Without Kyrie Irving, that's why he came back. They won a championship. If he stayed with Cleveland, he has 0 championships right now.
Can I give him a quick history lesson on why
No,
free
it won't
agency is
work.
important?
It won't work.
Okay. Free agency is important.
Would you have wanted Mario Lemieux, one of the greatest hockey players ever, to leave Pittsburgh? How about Ben Roethlisberger? They
Well, hey,
stayed.
think about Joe Morgan too for baseball. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know Joe.
Well, he's black, so that's tough. I mean, he is. You know Joe Morgan,
He played for the Reds,
Right.
Cincinnati Reds.
right? But he was great with the Reds. But did you also know he started his career? He started his career with the Astros, and then he left the Reds, went to play for the Giants, and ended his career with the A's. Did you know that?
Nobody
But is he
knows
still
that.
one of the greatest in Cincinnati Reds history? Yeah, because he was
How
an
many teams
MVP
Pete
and a
Rose
World
played
Series
for?
winner.
How many
What?
teams Pete Rose played for? Pete Rose is the greatest.
2. Yeah, he played for the Montreal Expos. Got his 3,000 hit.
Oh,
with the
that was
Expos.
after he
Or
got
was
old.
It was 4,000.
That's when he got old. But he played.
But
his
then he
whole
went back to
career.
the Reds and became a player manager, which was pretty cool for that time. You don't see that. He pinch hit. Do you know Pete Rose pinch hit himself once in a game?
He knew he was done.
What'd that mean?
He was the manager, but he decided that he was going to stop being manager, and he pinch hit himself into the game. He replaced himself for another player to hit.
What are you talking about? Greatness.
But he played for 2 teams, so you're
favorite
still going to
player.
call him not great because he played for
No,
2
that's
teams,
my
and he got his
favorite player.
4,000th hit
That's my
with
favorite
the
player.
team that wasn't his.
They traded him away. He didn't leave on his own.
Well, this argument can continue another day. We're almost done. Thanks for Smoking Jim's, I don't know what, history, some history lessons. Don't bet.
His
though.
brain cell
Please
killing.
don't start betting. I taught him his first time to bet on a horse. Just bet some horses at the Meadows. All right, it only costs you $2 a bet, not $2.50. So, Nick, thanks for your opinions and insights. Seems to be opposite of Smoking Jim Frazier. Just saying here.
Most of the time.
It's a little bit opposite, so we appreciate it. Thanks to all of you for watching us in our studio, and we'll be back again next week, next Tuesday, live streaming for you. Please stay Joey strong.